To look at Foxy now, it's hard to imagine that she had gone through one of the most challenging rescues Leicestershire Fire and Rescue Services has ever had to undertake. On the afternoon of May 24th, Foxy, an 11-year-old Irish sport horse, fell backwards into a well located in a field at her livery in southwest Leicestershire. After the arrival of a new engine at Hinckley, the technical rescue team on Mediterranean Business Park were called to rescue Foxy. Mark Edwards from Tech Rescue's Blue Watch arrived at the scene and knew this would be a tricky scenario. We encountered a large meter-diameter well with only the horse's knees and head showing. The rest of its body was submerged in water. Extremely unusual and certainly not something you see every day. We've only seen one other animal in a well, and that was a bull. We'd never seen anything quite like this before. It's not a situation you can train for in Vestige, because you wouldn't have thought a horse could get into that position in the first place. Just getting technical rescue to Foxy proved difficult in itself. The crew's expertise has meant that they were required at another incident in Sistane. Mark recalls that the whole day was bizarre because we just left the M69 to attend an incident with Foxy. When we were requested to turn back down the motorway with a call to someone trapped under a HGV, we went all the way to the incident where you're expecting to pull someone from an HGV only to be told when you turn up that the crew and attendants had literally just pulled the person out. We asked if they minded if we left, so we got back in the vehicle to come all the way back to the livery, with Foxy in a water-filled well and an extremely precarious position. The crews from Technical Rescue Hinckley and Warwickshire Fire and Rescue Services Animal Rescue Team needed to come up with a plan to get her out safely. That plan was made harder when the crews realized there was no room down the well, and it was too unsafe with the position Foxy had found herself in. The worst-case scenario was also debated, as Mark recollects. There was a considerable amount of discussion that took place as to whether it was a viable rescue or not, and there were divided opinions about whether we were going to be actually able to achieve the rescue within animal welfare. So we requested the police in case we needed a marksman. Two plans were thought up on the best way to get Foxy out of the well, one of which involved using a mechanical digger to dig down alongside the well and break through the side. However, it was decided to initially try working from the top, so the crews were safe. They began to feed the straw, the rescue harness down and around Fox's back, hooking it back underneath her front legs. The method is one normally reserved for dragging a trapped horse lying flat on the ground. It's certainly not a technique used for lifting a horse, but it was the only way that we could manage to do it, says Mark. The rescue crew's biggest problem was getting this drop around Foxy to achieve a vertical lift.
Also, if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now, back to the story.
Once this was successful, the mechanical digger that had arrived from Hinckley completed the lift to save Foxy. The crew's plans had succeeded, but not without cost. While every technical rescue provides lessons for officers, this unique rescue gave Officer Edwards and the crew a valuable lesson. We managed to get the straps on the front legs and around her chest, but it's believed this may have caused Foxy some medical problems. Unfortunately, this was the only way we were going to get her out quickly, but we've learned a lot from that and taken that information away for training and any future rescues like this. Warwickshire Fire and Rescue's Animal Rescue Team were an important assistance to the technical rescue crew. Only recently created, they held state-of-the-art equipment which the LFRS tech crew lacked. The equipment used was so important in the rescue that Leicestershire Fire and Rescue Service have since purchased the same equipment for their team. After Foxy was lifted to safety, the important task fell to the vets to assure Foxy was assessed and didn't cause herself any further injury. Jonathan Brayers of China House. Vet said, as Foxy got to the top, we gave her some sedation so she didn't get too excited. We also had to keep her laying on the ground until the heavy sedation had worn off. We wanted to assess that she didn't have any broken legs. Then, when she was more awake, we helped her up. After her rescue and examination, Foxy had suffered a fracture on the back of her knee, which led to a joint infection along with superficial wounds. Arrangements were made for Foxy to be taken to Rossdale's Equine Hospital in Newmarket, and she received intensive care and treatment for a total of 8 weeks. She still needs to wear wrappings on her knee, although she has fully recovered from the other injuries she sustained. Amy Badge, Fox's owner, has owned her for 3 years now and was at university in Bath completing her first year studying economics when the incident occurred. However, with exams taking place, Amy's dad decided not to tell Amy what had happened until a week later, while Foxy began her recuperation. I couldn't believe it when I heard what had happened to Foxy. I was just getting onto a bus at uni and broke down in tears. It was devastating news, and it's something my family and I, along with those involved, will never forget. You'd have thought the incident such as this would have been traumatic for poor Foxy, but not so according to Amy. She's always been a gentle horse, but considering how bad the injuries were, she's not really been as spooked as we expected her to be. Although having a lot of people around her unnerved her at the minute, but nowhere near as bad as we expected. Large animal rescues and frequent incidents for fire and rescue services to attend and less assures is no exceptions. With help from specialist teams, many incidents end on a positive note. This is not always the case. In spite of the grim situation, dramatic rescue by crews ensured the day had a happy ending. Thankful to all who helped. Foxy is now back at Southwest Leicestershire and in the final stages of recovery from her injuries. Hopeful of never seeing a technical rescue team ever again. I hope you like this video. Please share and subscribe to our channel. Also press the bell icon to never miss the video from our channel. Thank you.